Great, we are online. I will create a query using the EHRServer to get clinical documents that have some type of diabetes as the diagnosis. So all the clinical documents that have diagnosis equals to some type of diabetes. And for the type of diabetes, I will use SNOMED expressions. So first we need to name the query. So this will be diabetes. What I want to get are clinical documents. So in openEHR, clinical documents are compositions. Then I want to select the problem diagnosis concept because we want to query clinical documents based on the diagnosis value. And here I will select the node that has the diagnosis in a code structure. So we have the diagnosis have a code assigned to them. And here what I want to do is I will select this condition for the code in SNOMED expression. This is a new condition I added to the EHRServer to be able to use SNOMED expressions for querying. And here I will paste the SNOMED expression that I want to use. This is the code for the concept of diabetes. So this is any type of diabetes. This is the highest concept in the hierarchy of all the types of diabetes. And this sign means that I want any descendant of this concept that is diabetes mellitus. I will use a validator to check that this is a correct expression. So green means we are good to go. And the terminology ID, of course, should be equals to SNOMED. And this value is set on the template that defines the clinical document that contains the diagnosis. So I will test this. I want JSON results. I will test this, and I will test it against all the EHRs in the database. Right now we have like 1,000 EHRs and something like that. I will execute this, and we got results very quickly. It took less than a second, so some milliseconds to do this. And what I got here is the EHR ID and a reference to the clinical document that contains the diagnosis that is some type of diabetes. So instead of having to express all the codes for all the types of diabetes, we just set a SNOMED expression that is resolved against a server that returns all the codes for all the types of diabetes mellitus, but we just need to specify this small expression. And what we get as results, all the EHRs that contain some type of document that contains that diagnosis. And we can use this to make any type of query that uses SNOMED expression. So we can use SNOMED expressions to constrain the queries that we do in the EHRServer. And this adds a lot of semantic power to our queries because we can use what is already defined on SNOMED for querying all the types that are coded in the clinical data repository in the EHRServer using the openEHR model. And these are references to clinical documents, and we can use the REST API using these identifiers to get the contents of those clinical documents. So we can see the data associated with the diagnosis, but all the context information for that diagnosis. And that's it. If I want, I can create I can save this query by clicking here, and I will have this query available from the REST API from the EHRServer. So in less than 10 seconds, I have a very powerful query that is available in the REST APIs, and that can be easily integrated with any web application or mobile application very quickly. So remember, here you can use any kind of SNOMED expression. This is a very simple SNOMED expression, but you can use more complex SNOMED expressions. And that's it. Thanks for watching.